Cool. All right. So the next step is that we are going to make a mouth. So what we're going to do, we're going to combine a couple shapes to make that happen. So I'm going to start with a circle. I'm going to make sure my color is black to start. Cool. So I'm going to hold on Shift, make a circle. I'm going to hit V so I can get my select tool. I'm going to click on my circle, hold on Option so I can make a copy of it. I'm going to drag it over. So now I have two. So the next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to go up to my rectangle tool and I'm going to go to the center, bring it down to about the center there, and that should be pretty close. One thing I can do to check to make sure everything's right on point is I can go look at my proportions up top. So right now, my height is at 1.1852. I'm just going to simplify that and make it 1.25. Yours might be a little bit different. It's not the end of the world. We're just trying to make it so. Actually, watch this. I'm smarter than I think. I can select all three and do 1.25. So now they're all exactly the same. Okay. I'm going to select, let's see, 1.25, 1.25, 1.25. Cool. And you can see right now it's a little bit off. So what I want to do is I'm going to select all three. And I don't know if you notice this up here at the top, there are all these alignment tools. So what I can do is if I hit vertical alignment center, if I click on that, now all three should be lined up perfectly. The reason why this one may not be is that it's not. Let's see if I can get it to go. I'm just trying to line it up so my center is on point. Cool. So let's select them all again, line them up. So we should be pretty good with that. So I'm going to select all three again, and I'm going to go to Unite. Right, so now all three are just one shape. The next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to do a new technique. I'm going to go up to Objects. I'm going to go to Envelope Distort, Make with Warp. Okay, so what that does is that you can see it pull up these options. Right now it doesn't look like it's doing anything because I didn't hit preview yet. Okay, now that I hit preview, you can see that it alters the shape of it, right? It warps it. And right now it's doing it in the style of arc. What do I want to have it do? Maybe do a bulge. What's that look like? Yeah. Or if I do a flag or fisheye on one side, fish. So you can see with the fish, it kind of looks like a weird fish a little bit. If I adjust these, it'll adjust it left to right. If I switch to vertical, that's not what I'm looking for, but you can see it switched to vertical. So I'm going to keep it at horizontal, and I can adjust these as well. How much horizontal do I want on the left side? How much do I want to, how much vertical distortion do I want? So I'm just going to keep it up. And I'm going to go a little bit bigger. I'm going to stay there. Sorry. All right, so we'll give it a little character. I'm going to hit OK. Now I'm going to go up to Object, Envelope Distort, Expand. Right, so you can see those lines went away, and now I have a full shape. Okay, so this will be my mouth. As you can see, it's a little big, so I'm going to shrink it down a little bit. Okay, bring that down. And now I want some teeth. So there's a bunch of different ways you can do teeth. You can do, let's see, you can do rounded teeth. So this is, for some reason lately, I really like rounded teeth. So I'm going to make it white. Actually, you know what? Let's do it. I'll make some yellowish teeth. I'm going to turn my teeth yellow. Like I said, if you want to do square teeth, you can do that. If you want to do teeth, rounded rectangle tool teeth, right? So it's a little more like that. You can even do spiky teeth if you want, by doing a rectangle and rotating it. Bringing those. But I'm going to show you how to do it so you can, it's up to you how you want to do it. I'm going to do circles for mine. You'll see how that works in a second. So I'm just going to take that circle. I'm going to keep making copies over and over again. And then afterwards, I might go around and adjust the size of a couple of them so they're not all the same. Give them a little more character potentially. If you want to make it so you have a couple missing, like that's fine, or maybe a bigger gap. Oh. Maybe a gap between a couple of them. Maybe I'll just have to delete one. All right, so I'm cool with that. You can see I actually made a copy of them. The way I made the copy was by holding down Alt, right? Dragging that down, letting go. Okay, I know it magically happened. I made an error, sorry. The next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to take these ones, and I'm actually just going to turn them, and I'm going to go up to my shape mode. Boom. So you can see that's all one shape now. It's still a group. I'm going to go over to my Pathfinder again. I'm going to hit divide. And so you'll see oh, I lied. Let's try that again. I didn't select them both. I need to select both the teeth and the mouth, right? Because I need to have it to divide with something. So I'm going to hit divide. And so what that actually did was it cut where everything overlaps. So now what I can do, I can delete that part. I can delete this part. And I can actually delete this black part. So now my teeth are outlined, and like I said, because I have that from before, it should line up pretty much perfectly. Okay. I'm going to make a copy of that mouth again and bring it back down. And I'm going to do the same thing with the bottom teeth now. So I'm going to bring them in, line them up to where I want them. I'm going to have them overlap just a little bit in some spots. Looks like I might need a couple more teeth potentially. So I'm going to hold down Alt, drag them into place. Select each tooth by holding down Shift. Okay, I'm going to unite them. Shape mode. Boom. They're all the same now. I'm going to select both the mouth and the teeth. Hit divide. I'm going to double click so I can just select that bottom section. Double click. The reason why I'm getting rid of that black is you can see it actually cut them out. All right, so I'm going to get rid of that black. Now I have my teeth again as a section. There's a lot of different ways to do this. This is just one way to do it. All right, so I'm going to take all my teeth and my mouth, and I'm going to group them together. Right, so you can see it, boom, pull them in all into place. Now I can pull this up and put it wherever I want. I'm going to zoom out a little bit. I'm going to put this, shrink it. Maybe I'll tilt it a little bit to give it a little more character. All right, so now I got a mouth. Bring this up maybe into place. Maybe I'll tilt my nose a little bit too. Cool. All right, let's do a couple more things. Let's see. What are we going to do? We're going to make some horns for this guy. I'm going to go, this time I'm going to use my pen tool. I'm going to make a triangle. So I'm going to click, click, click. And so you see when I go to my final little click to bring it back to close it as a shape, it actually turns into a circle. Right, and so that's actually one full shape now. I'm going to use a similar tool I used before, Object, Envelope Distort, Make with Warp. Let's see what we can do with this one. So let's check out, let's do an arc maybe, see what that looks like. So you can decide what you want your horns to look like. I kind of mess with it. It's been a while since I've done this. I'm trying to remember which way I did it. And maybe that's not the right way. Maybe go to vertical. There we go. I think that's right. Cool. So I switched to vertical. And can I switch? So you just kind of mess around with it till you get a happy shape. Hit OK. Object. Envelope Distort. Expand. All right, now I got a horn. Black, bring it into place. Pretty happy with that. Actually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to, let's see, do I want to mess with these? I think I might mess with it just a little bit to expand. I lied. I'm going to leave it. We'll make our lives easier. Shrink that a little bit. Decide where I want to put it. Pretty happy with that. I'm going to make a copy of it by holding Alt or Option. I'm going to transform it by holding down Control, Reflect. I'm cool with that. And this time, because I already made the copy, I don't want to hit copy. I'm just going to hit OK. We're going to use the same technique as we just did to make those horns, but this time we're going to make arms and legs. I'm going to do it pretty quick here. Let's see. I'm going to use the rounded rectangle tool. I want it to be that same color blue, so I can either, because I saved my colors over here, I can either just click there, or I could just use my eyedropper and then click on different colors, right? And that'll give us what we want. So I'm going to go keep it that same blue. Go up to Object, Envelope Distort, Make with Warp. Hit preview so I can actually see what it's going to look like. That actually works for me. I'm going to hit OK. Object, Envelope Distort, Expand. So I can use these for arms now if I want to. Maybe we'll make them shorter. And they blend in nicely. I'm going to drag this one over. Hold Control, click, transform, reflect, hit OK, because I'm happy with that. That works for me. So I got a couple arms now. If I wanted to, I can use the same thing for my legs. So this time I'm going to hold down Option, drag. I can flip them if I want to. Let's flip them both at the same time. So I'm going to hold on Shift so I can select them both. I'm going to flip them upside down by rotating it. I just sorry, I just went all the way around. So let's go. So I want the skinny part on top this time. Oh, geez. Let's see if I can do it. Almost there. Let's try that again. Close enough. And so if you notice right now, it's going over the top of that stuff, and that's actually not what we want. So if I click on that stuff, you can see over in my panels, it shows me what is what. So I'm actually going to take all of these, this whole group, I'm going to drag it underneath. So now it's actually behind it. Cool. So we'll start adding a little more features after this in the next video.